Not able to still go through this process.
Brave woman, raising brave children. Proudly an immigrant mom, bow to the immigrant mom. Brave woman, raising brave children. Proudly an immigrant mom, bow to the immigrant mom. Brave woman.
Not able to still go through this process.
Brave woman, raising brave children. Proudly an immigrant mom, bow to the immigrant mom. Brave woman, raising brave children. Proudly an immigrant mom, bow to the immigrant mom. Brave woman.
Raising brave children. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Happy Thursday. This is Extel Mbaacha. I am so happy to be back on again after 2 Thursdays. How are you guys doing? You know the drill. I have a couple people who are online now. Drop your name in the comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to acknowledge you. How are you? Things are good. Things are busy. We're getting ready for a long weekend. What plans do you have? If you're here in the US and in other parts of the world, what's up? What's up? Hi, Insing. Thank you so much. Now, for those who don't know, we're actually live on YouTube as well. Hi, Liddy. Thank you so much for joining. You know, when you join, go ahead and share so many people can join us. I love the quote that's out today, that effort is good, results are better. You don't need to see to believe, but if you see, you should believe. And today we're going to be talking about a powerful story. Hi, Chica. Thank you so much watching from Georgia. Go ahead and share. I'm going to play some music in the background so I can share with my own friends. Okay. And we'll get this party started. Come ready with your questions. We're going to have a very interactive session today. Okay. All right, let me share. Go ahead and like, comment, share with your friends, and we'll get started in a few minutes.
We don't know how she always finds a way. The mystery of a woman, a savior in a time of need.
Let me know where you're watching from. Say hi.
A woman in your time of need, she does the deed. The magic of a woman, woman, woman. A warrior is a woman, woman, woman. A savior is a woman, woman, woman.
Hi, Blair. Hi, Mama. Happy to see both of you.
Woman. A savior is a woman, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. When a man will cry, a woman smiles. Her shoes have walked 1,000 miles. The sticks of stone can break her bones. She welcomes all her friends and foes. When her spirit's down, she has no time to frown. A warrior is a woman, woman, woman. A warrior is a woman, woman, woman.
How's everyone doing? We're just going to give a few more minutes for people to join and we'll get started. I had to share with my friends to let them know that we're live. And we have a very, very special guest today. I mean, just doing my research today about her and her product and her journey, I've been so inspired. She doesn't know it, but I am her #1 customer out of this session. my mind is already made, but I'll give you the opportunity and the opportunity to myself to get to know more about her. Hi, Omoti. It is so late there in Ireland and you're awake to watch this. You know I appreciate you. Hi, Lupe. Go ahead and share, guys. Let's share like wildfire. One of the things that women love or want to know is how to look good, how to feel good. And we have somebody who has a product that is receiving amazing results all over. And she's going to tell us about her story. Hi, Claudette. Thank you all for joining. Let's give it a few more minutes because I want many more people on here. Get ready with your questions. And we're going to have that chat with our guest today. All right. Okay. Countdown. We have 1 minute to go and we'll get started. Hi, Ty. Hi. How are you? Hi, Tolani. How are you? Thank you all so much for joining. Once you join, go ahead and share. Hi, Nuela. Nuela is watching from Montreal, Canada. Your presence definitely is an honor, and thank you so much. Hi, Brown Sugar. Hi, girl. Thank you for joining, Auntie Bex. I appreciate your presence. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Well, let's get started because we have just 60 minutes on the clock. We have so much to cover, and I want to give the opportunity for people to ask questions. So, hi, everyone. If you're joining us today for your very first time, my name is Estelle Mbaacha. I am the founder of the Immigrant Mom. The Immigrant Mom is an organization, a community-based organization of moms helping moms, and not just moms, immigrant moms, mothers who are raising their children in the culture that they did not grow up in. They were born in some other country, some other culture, and then had to migrate to another place, had kids, maybe migrated with their kids, and were coming together to just learn what it means to raise children in that new culture, because we want to be equipped for ourselves and we want to be equipped for our children. We celebrate bravery on this platform because just the fact that you're raising a child in the country you did not grow up in and by of itself is bravery. And we have different guests every time talking about their stories, sharing about what they went through, what they're currently going through, the lessons that they have learned along the way, so that they can equip someone else to find the strength to be where they ought to be for the mere fact that this woman is doing it. A couple announcements before we get started. We are in need of a social media manager, and it's a volunteer position. If this work has blessed you, if you feel connected to the vision to help women who are parenting in the new country, please let us know that you can manage our social media pages, and we'll be glad. We're looking also for someone who can be in charge of our audio visuals. Before we have a show like this, there's a lot of work that goes in the back end. And definitely the Immigrant Mom, we would appreciate some help. So if that's your strong point, editing videos, putting things together, getting our guests ready for the show, would appreciate some help. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to share so we can get the party started. All right, so I'm looking for our video. Gritslim. Let me share and we will get started. All right, so this is a little video that was prepared by the Immigrant Mom. Just watch a little intro and we'll have our guest on.
Gritslim Empire, a health and wellness company based in the USA with representatives all around the world, was born out of a seemingly unfavorable situation. CEO and founder of Gritslim Empire experienced complications during childbirth that threatened her mobility and caused temporal paralysis. Knowing the extent of the situation, she sought for help through nutrition and making drastic lifestyle changes. It was on this premise that she began to build her empire. When we talk about something out of nothing, here is a real-life example. Sandra took her lemons and made lemonade. So many women from all around the world attest to the positive changes in their minds and body as a result of Sandra's coaching and the Gritslim products. You do not need to see to believe, but when you see, you should believe. Effort is good, results are better. We put together a slideshow of some of Gritslim's testimonials. Today, we are happy to have Sandra here with us and eager to learn all about her story. Join me in welcoming Sandra here on the Immigrant Mom Show.
Hi, Sandra. You are muted. You'd have to unmute yourself.
Hi.
How are you? How are you? How are you?
Great. Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful intro. I loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on here. I know I have given a very high overview introduction of who you are, but I would like for you to just introduce yourself in the manner in which our audience can connect with you by letting them know who you are, where you're from, are you a mom or not, and what's happening in Sandra's world.
Okay, so as she said earlier, Excel said earlier, my name is Sandra. I'm originally from Cameroon. I used to live in Maryland. Now I live in San Diego, California. I'm a mom of two beautiful babies. Everybody who knows me knows them as the Z babies because their names are Zeta and Zaid. And that's it. I run Gritslim Nutrition. I'm
I
a
always
lawyer.
say, oh,
Sorry?
No, finish.
No,
Sorry.
So I have a company. It's called the Grit Empire LLC. We actually have Gritslim Nutrition as a subsidiary under it, and then we have Grit Lego under it as well, under
Okay.
the Grit Empire. Yeah,
I was
what
going to say that every time a business owner makes that move to Cali, that's usually a scale move. Like they're about to scale their business to a whole different level. So we're going to clap for you in advance and clap for you even as you scale your business to higher heights.
Thank
So you are a lawyer, you're a mom, you are the founder of Gritslim. Now, and a lot of people are here because they saw the amazing pictures, the before and the after, which is very intriguing. But before all of that, what I really care about as a host of this show is the human side of stories. Because, I like to know what went into into creating this empire. What was the story behind it? How did you get to it? And, we talked about birthing complications. Just take me to the beginning. What happened? Walk us through that story so we can really understand what happened to you.
Okay, so I know we have 60 minutes, which is really short because it's a long story. I'm going to try to summarize it.
No, give it to us. Let's not rush because at the end of the day, we really want to connect. So let's not worry about the time. We can always have a part two. Just walk us through that journey.
Okay, so when I had my last baby, that's Kayon Zaid, that's my son. When I was pregnant for him, I already knew it was going to be a C-section because I had my first baby C-section. And this is one thing I want to encourage women out there. Always make sure you check if you can, give birth normally without going through a C-section. I actually have a fused pelvic bone, which means I can never dilate to actually have a V-birth. So most people, if you don't check that, you're going to end up having like stillbirth and stuff like that because you'll be struggling to dilate and they'll be telling you to push and all of that when that cannot really happen for you. So always make sure you check. So in my case, it was checked earlier when I was about to have my first baby. So I knew for a fact that all my kids were going to be C-sections. So I had a date for my son to have him. So I went to the hospital. Everything was ready. And when we were about to go to the OR, they checked my blood pressure, and it was really low. So I was told that it couldn't happen that day. I had to go home. So that devastation, you come to the hospital expecting
Yeah.
your baby before you go back home, and it didn't happen. So I went back home, and no mother, I don't know if it's mother instincts or what, but I just felt like something wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 days later, I went back to the hospital and I told them something isn't right. My baby is not moving. I don't know what's going on. And I was, put on to kind of monitor the baby's heart and all of that. They discovered that his heart rate was dropping really fast,
Mm-hmm.
and my blood pressure was still low. So that's when they decided to do an emergency C-section. That was late at night, and it was not the hospital I was initially scheduled to have my baby in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not going to get the doctor that I've been working with all along. So this was just knew everything. They had to send my files for him to read it, to understand what was going on and all of that. So they prepared me, took me to the OR. I don't know if you saw, so I don't think I sent you the picture, but I could send it. I'll send it later. So
Okay.
when we got to the OR, since it's a C-section, I'm ready. I already know what it is. So I got
Yeah.
in, I arched my back already, waiting for them to put the the spinal anesthesia so that they can get to work. Before I know it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times the doctor missed it. The anesthetist, he missed my spine. So the sit time, I felt like something going, like, the fluid going in
Yeah.
my body.
Right.
And just my one leg was numb. So he was asking me, "Oh, can you feel your legs? Can we start?" I'm like, "My right leg is still working. Please don't do
Mm-hmm.
that. I can still feel my leg." So
Yeah.
I just saw how they brought out something to pull the fluid that they are putting.
Oh
So
my goodness.
blood everywhere. They pulled that out, and now that's the 7th time that he got it right in the study.
Now,
And
for those who don't know, and I think most of us do, that the process of getting anesthesia when a woman is about to have a baby is such
yes,
a delicate process. Like even in your mind, by the time they're doing it the third time, you're wondering what is going on. What were you thinking?
it was very scary. It was very, very scary. But I had someone in there with me, and she was just holding my hand and praying, and we just wanted the baby out. At that time, I really didn't care what was happening to me. I knew for a fact because I saw in the monitor that my baby's heart was dropping, and the only way that we're going to save him is to get him out. So I was focused on getting. So at every point, he would tell me, "Arch your back." I kept doing it. It's something I did before. So I knew that I had to get it right before anything could be done. And that was my sole focus.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
it was my sole focus. It was the most scary thing that I ever went through because I didn't know if I was going to make it, and I didn't know if my baby was going to make it, but I had to give it my best shot to make sure that my baby makes it.
So when they tried the seventh time, they got it right the seventh time.
Yes.
At what point did you realize that this whole thing did not go as planned?
Actually, I didn't realize it. I went, it takes a while before it wears off. So before the anesthesia wears off, before you can feel your leg. And unlike I had my first baby in Cameroon, unlike the one in Cameroon, I had I felt pain because the pain medication in Cameroon is not strong enough. So you will feel pain to the extent that you're almost numb for the one in Cameroon. But the one here, the pain medication was so strong that I didn't feel that much pain like
Right.
I anticipated for my first baby. I didn't feel that much pain. So I didn't really know if something was wrong at that time.
Mhm.
Get this. I woke up from my bed 2 days later and I walked because you have to try to ambulate to make sure that your legs are okay, you're fine.
Right.
But the anesthetist came to my room and he spoke to me. He said he was very sorry. I think he thought we were going to sue the hospital or something.
Yeah.
But my partner was like, I'm alive. The baby's
Yeah.
alive. And let's just be grateful and go home.
Right.
Let's just let it go. So when I came home, I actually came home on my own 2 feet.
Mhm.
So when I came home and I was in the bed like 2 days later with my son, I just felt one side of my body numb. My baby was crying and I wanted to reach out to him, but I realized I couldn't.
Mhm.
Then I tried to lift up my leg and it was like I had no feet. And it was so scary. I started shouting and crying
Yeah.
and I was calling out for my partner to come in. When he got in and saw me, he was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I can't feel my legs." So he called my OBG. We had an emergency session, everything. They checked my spine. They said it was fine. I needed physiotherapy, but I also needed to work on my nutrition to get weight off my feet because I gained so much weight during pregnancy.
Now, how long did this not feeling your leg last for?
It lasted under 7 days. It was not for long, but
7 days is a long time not
but
to
it
know
was
you'd
excruciating.
recover.
It
Mm.
was excruciating. More of it, I think it lasted like under 7 days, but in my head, it was like a month or two.
Ever. Yes.
Forever. I felt useless. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't change my baby. I couldn't give him a bath. I I tried not to relieve it. It
Mhm.
was so difficult for
Mhm.
me at that time. I became bitter. I became angry and it developed into postpartum depression. I was I was not a nice friend, nice neighbor. I was not nice to anybody, and I didn't
Mhm.
even know what was going on. Now, most women go through this in life, and they never get to talk about it, and
Right.
their spouses start going out, and their family starts staying away from them. They are depressed, but people don't know that.
Right. 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 So looking back now, because this is our immigrant community where we're all very busy after the dollar. For those in America, moms have kids and don't have that support system around them. Looking back today, if you knew someone who was in your shoes like you were a couple years ago, what do you feel like you would do for them to be of support to a woman like that?
The first thing I'm going to do is talk to someone
Mhm.
about how you feel. I'm very blessed. I have some amazing friends who listened. My partner listened. The people around me, especially back home, they will call me all the time. Just talk to somebody. Talk about how you feel. And most especially, everything you need. There's a wealth of information on the internet. Wealth of information. Try to describe your feeling. Something
Mhm.
is going to pop up. Read about it.
Right.
Knowledge is power, but it's only power when you use it.
Right.
Read about it and something is gonna click. Listen to somebody. There are podcasts, there are YouTube videos. Just listen to somebody. You're gonna find something that is gonna click for you, something
Right.
that's gonna relate to you, and that can walk you through it.
And we are in this community where we it's part of for some people to box things up because it's almost like we do our best to keep a facade. We do our best to look like everything is going on well. But as a mom, we know if you talk to a mother, there are many days where we just want to scream. We're
Yes.
just like, I'm tired, I'm out, I want to run away, I can't do this no more. And we're encouraging moms who are immigrants to join our community and just vent. It's a
Yes.
safe place. You can say, today I don't feel like parenting. Today I don't love my son because I feel like he put me in this predicament. We should be able to come to that place because until you speak, nobody would really know what you're experiencing talk less of stepping up to want to help you or be a support for you. Now, link us to how that made you to start looking for, good nutrition as a way to stay on your fit and be a mom that you wanted to be for your kids.
So the first thing is, I wasn't looking to start a nutrition. Like, I think I'm a lawyer through and through. And I used to make this joke with my friends back in the day. Like, if you take me out of the legal profession and put me somewhere else, you'll be like teaching a fish how to climb a tree. You have to actually put it back in its natural habitat for it to flourish. That's how I saw myself.
Mhm.
So when I had that life-threatening situation, my OBG gave me a list of nutritionists, like a really long list.
Mhm.
And I went to every single one. The physiotherapy worked because I had to do physiotherapy. Till date, I still get pain when I stand for long. My spine has a problem. So that's just something I have to manage and go along with. So I went to every single nutritionist. I'm African. I'm Cameroonian. My domestication, the way I was brought up, I have specific food that I like, things
Yeah.
that I eat. So every nutritionist that I went to told me to eat things that I couldn't eat it.
Mhm.
Like, this might sound weird, but I don't do American food.
Mhm.
So I couldn't eat it. So it wasn't working for me.
Right.
And I managed to, get some books to read about, nutrition. And I didn't see anything that worked for me. Every single one that I went to, they had like this strict program that you had to follow. It didn't give you space to live your life. It was like a chore. I'm like, I'm trying to parent 2 kids on my own. I don't have help. I can't take this. It's like another job.
Right.
I can do this on this. It won't work. So, like how the internet tracks your browse history,
Yeah.
that's when they started sending me now adverts of stuff. And then I came across this nutrition school. And when I came across the nutrition school and I looked at it, it looked good. So the reason I actually decided to take, the first thing I decided to take was not the nutrition. I decided to go for the weight loss specialist to get the LS license.
Mhm.
That's what I wanted to go. That's what I went for first because I needed that weight off by
So
all
all of
means.
this, you were just trying to help yourself. This was
Yes.
not about the business.
No,
This
no.
was just you trying to
Yes.
help yourself. Okay.
Yes. I just wanted to help myself. That's what I wanted to do. So I went in for the weight loss program, the license program. This is supposed to be a year.
Mhm.
The course is a year. So I asked one of the professors in the school, like, do I have to do this for a year? I was like, no, you can take your time. You can, do it as fast as you want. You can spread it out, do whatever you want. But this is a year's course. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it in 3 months. She's like, it's not possible. I'm like, have you met me? So I started studying day and night for this course.
Mhm.
Took my final exams the first time and I failed, woefully, flat on my face.
Mhm.
I didn't understand the language coming from a legal background. The things they were saying out there, I didn't get any of it.
Mhm.
So she called me, tried to coach me, told me to pace myself, spread it out for a year. I'm like, that's not happening. I need this now. Like, I need it. So while I was going through the school, I was like taking some of the stuff that I was learning from there and applying to myself. And I told her specifically that I wanted to focus on nutrition for people of the African descent because that was my primary struggle.
Right.
So I was trying to look for how I could solve that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get the other one because I have, I'm going to get, but I need to focus on nutrition for people of the African descent because our food is carb prone, is carb based. So
Yeah.
I need to know how we can navigate that and still live a healthy lifestyle. So, that was my main focus. So when I finally got the WLLs out of the way, it was supposed to be a year. I ended up doing it in 3 months. And now I wanted to go for the nutrition program.
Right.
So The reason I wanted to go for
And what's the difference between the nutrition program and the weight loss that you did?
so with weight loss, they just teach you like how your metabolism works. They teach you like how you can curb appetite. They teach you like how you can do your body composition calculations to know what works for your specific body type. They teach you energy expenditure, they have so many formulas. One of the reasons I failed my final exams was because they have so many numbers and formulas that you have to follow to calculate all this body composition, calculate people's energy expenditure level. They have like equations that it's unbelievable. So when I was doing the weight loss specialization, that's when I realized that it has to go with nutrition. Because when you know this various body types, body composition calculation, you have to be able to link it to the kind of meals that those people have to get in. So
Right.
I enrolled for the nutrition program, and it was supposed to be a 3-year program. The course is meant to run for 3 years.
Yeah.
But again, we did that in 6 months. That's because I was so eager
Yeah.
to help myself first.
Right. Right.
So that
And
is what pushed me to nutrition school.
that alone is so admirable. It is, it's a lesson that everybody who is on here can take with us, because we all have our struggles. It might not be a birthing complication that came out, from anesthesia, but we all have our struggles. Every one of us that's watching on here can just say without thinking what their struggle is. But I think with every struggle, with every problem, we're faced with two choices. We're either going to wallow in self-pity about it, or we're going to make the most of what we have. Pardon me, my babies are screaming upstairs.
Mine, they're going to start soon.
So we have two choices. We're either going to wallow in self-pity, or we're going to take what is available and run with it like our life depends on it. It is so admirable that without any background maybe you had background in sciences from,
No.
you see, with no background in sciences, you were ready to do everything. The second thing that I will pull out of what you have just shared with us is that you were not ready to take the short road. I have seen so many people that ought to go the entire journey to get the best result, but they'll rather cut corners because it's all about the facade. It's all about looking like something that they're not. But here's a story today of a woman, of Sandra, who was thrown into something she had no idea and decided to apply herself to it with no self-pity. Secondly, she wasn't going to cut corners. She was going to go all the way to help herself so that she can now turn around and help people. So Sandra, we've seen the pictures. The before and the after pictures is getting everybody talking. What is it about Gritslim? You went to school, but you're not the only person that has been to school, but your results are outstanding. What is it about that program that worked for you that has turned into the empire it is becoming today?
So basically about Gritslim, what makes us different from other nutrition programs is simple. It's not a one size fit all. Because something worked for A doesn't mean it's going to work for B. So we always make sure we ask every client that comes to us, you have to give yourself at least 90 days to form a habit that you can follow for the rest of your life. We do not do quick fixes. We don't even work with motivation. We need discipline. Because if you want to be motivated, by the time the state in which you made that decision fades, do you know how many people make New Year resolutions? Those are motivated people.
Right.
You need to be disciplined to actually get anything in life. So with Gritslim, we try to teach those people, like we build the reason why you should be doing this. We help you to be able to understand how your specific body type works and what is going to work for you, because we do not appreciate repeat clients.
Hmm.
We are not trying to get you hooked on something. We are trying to do more of a knowledge transfer by fixing the problem from the root. If you come to us, Sandra, I want to lose weight. One of the first questions I'm going to ask you is why. Your why is going to determine if you're ready or not. I need to know why. And then the next thing that we're going to ask you is what are your struggles? Food is not the only thing that makes people gain weight.
Yeah.
There's stress, there's hormonal imbalances. So we fix it from the root in such a way that you don't go and come back to us like, oh, this is happening to me. I lost this weight, the yo yo diet and stuff like that. That
Right.
is what we are trying to eliminate at Gritslim. We are more of long-term fixes. Like this should become more of a lifestyle without you feeling like it's a chore. Like you don't have to set time aside because life is going to keep happening. And
Right.
me as a mom, I understand that I don't have all the time to say, okay, I'm dieting, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to cook separate meal for myself, separate meal for my home. I don't have time for that. I just have to be able to make my meals healthy, know when to eat it, how to eat it, what to do after I eat it. That's it.
Yeah. You lost 40 pounds.
Yeah.
We have a before and after picture of Sandra that was, if you were vigilant once the intro was playing, tell us what worked for you. Just, in all honesty, what did you find out that helped you to a point where you are this good looking, healthy woman raising her two children?
So what worked for me to lose 40 pounds? It's simple. I just realized that my I used to eat once a day in the name of I want to lose weight, and then I'll eat so much. So when I realized that I was overloading my system and my body couldn't digest all of that food at once, and it takes the body only takes what it needs and then keeps the rest in the reserve, and your reserve is around your waistline.
Mhm.
That's when I understood that I had to, my body type is a mesomorph. It actually, mesomorphs, they have problems like with digestion, and also mesomorph, their energy expenditure level is not that high.
Mhm.
So I had to increase my energy expenditure level by walking. Like, I don't sit for long. I'll just walk around like for 5 minutes. And I'm not a gym rat. I don't do gym at all.
Mhm.
So I'll just like wake up, walk around and stuff like that. And one other thing that really worked for me is the timing. Is the
Talk
timing.
about that.
I
What?
know lots of people always say, I don't eat after 6. Let me just use this analogy to bring this home. If person A eats at 2 p.m., that's lunch, and you're home and you lay on your couch and you watch TV, and person B eats at 9 p.m. and goes to bed, there's no difference between the both of you.
Because you're both not expended the energy from the food.
Yes. It's like you fuel your car and you don't drive anywhere and you expect the fuel to go somewhere. It's
Mhm.
gonna stay right there. So what is most important is when it comes to weight loss is energy in versus energy out. You have to find a way to get the energy out. And don't give yourself more than you need, more than the body needs.
Mhm.
So it's all about measurement and the way we have been able to get, because most Africans, like most of our clients are Africans,
Right.
most Africans, the way we've been able to get them to really follow Gritslim is we've taught them measurement instead of calorie counting.
Mhm.
Nobody likes that math.
Right.
Every time you want to eat, you're trying to count your calories. Nobody's going to do that. But when you teach them basic measurement, like this, you have to get a palmful. You want carbs today? Simple carbs? It has to be the size of your fist. That's pretty easy. You put
Mhm.
the stuff, you measure your face. Okay, this is it. And then you just go ahead and eat it. That way, after a while, we're trying to make it to become more like a muscle memory. Like, eating healthy should become a muscle memory, like brushing your teeth or driving. You should be conscious about it. You should do it without thinking.
Right. And this is the coaching you speaking. I have looked at a lot of your testimonials, and everybody's talking about Coach Sandra. Thank you so much for encouraging me. Thank you so much for checking up with me. You're doing such an amazing job coaching people. And I know a lot of people who are here would want to be a part of the program because, like you said, there's so many weight loss promises out there that are failing woefully or getting people strong on the product and it's not going anywhere. So we'll get to the coaching part in a few minutes.
Okay.
Let's talk about some particular situations. As immigrant moms, we have too much going on.
Oh, yes. A lot.
We've got so much going on that a lot of times it's either emotional eating, they're eating because they're stressed. What have you worked with any client that has dealt with emotional eating or stress eating, like you may, commonly referred to?
Before you talk about clients, let me talk about me. Yeah, I
Mhm.
dealt with a lot of stress eating. So that's, earlier on, I told you about us fixing the problem from the root.
Yeah.
So when you enroll in Gritslim, we usually send you a better service questionnaire. So the better service questionnaire, like it gives you a range of questions that you answer, and those questions are going to help us, situate the exact problem that you're having and how to solve it from the root. I've worked with plenty of clients that are suffering from emotional eating, and we do stress management at Gritslim. That was actually taught in nutrition school too, because
Mhm.
it's one of the main reasons why people gain weight, the stress eat. So just basic, the moment you're craving something that you know the particular thing that you're craving, that's emotional hunger.
So the moment you're craving something and you know what you're
You
craving,
know exactly, like you're craving, you say, I want some, what can I use? Like I
ice
want to,
cream.
yes, I want to eat ice cream. If you know the thing that you're craving, you're stressed. And also, if you're craving something salty or sweet, pause, recount your thought for the last 2 minutes, write it down in the form of a question. That's your stress point right there. And the human brain is actually wired in such a way that the moment a question pops up, your brain starts looking for answers.
Mm.
So if you write it up, write it down, and this is the stress management that we teach most of our clients that I'm giving right here, right now.
We're embracing it. Thank you.
So the moment you start feeling like I'm craving something sweet, salty, that's stress talking. Cortisol is about to be released. Cortisol is the stress hormone that makes you want to eat. That's your comfort food. Your
Right.
body is in flight mode. I don't want to fight. I just want to comfort myself right now. I'm going through a lot. And your brain starts giving you all these numbing excuses. You've been working so hard. You're doing this. You need to reward yourself. These are excuses that, oh, your brain is marvelous at making. Now, when you trace your thought 2 minutes before that and you write it down in the form of a question, and get this, most people's stress is always money related,
Mm.
financial problems.
Right.
Okay. So let's take this example. I need 5,000. No, that's too much. I need $1,000 by next week. That's your stress point. Maybe you're falling back on your rent, or you're falling back on a specific bill, or daycare cost is going crazy. You need more money and stuff, and it's about to stress you right there. Just write it down. How do I get $1,000 by Friday next
Hmm.
week? Right? In the form of a
Right.
question. Just by writing that down, your brain is going to tell you if you have a job, you need to pick extra hours, right?
Right.
You have a job, you need to maybe find a colleague at work that you can, swap hours with to work, more. Or if, somebody was owing you money, you can start reaching out to the person right away. But that's usually not a good step to follow. Like when you start writing down your solution, nothing should depend on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on what you can control. You can control picking extra hours. If you have a business, maybe you have to advertise more, maybe you have to prospect more. So when you write all those things down, your brain gets to work. What's that? Action. Action takes
Right.
away anxiety. You'll be
Right.
too easy to eat.
Right.
Good.
Right. Amazing. I'm listening to you and I'm just thinking in my mind, this woman is a go-getter. Remember, she said she's a lawyer and she's into this much on nutrition. And I can tell your passion, and it's so admirable. Someone here says, sis, you're spitting gems. You're giving us great stuff and we appreciate it. Let's talk about a myth here. A lot of moms are on birth control. Birth control may or may not have an effect on weight loss or weight gain. What is a myth that you may want to correct here, or that you work with your clients in terms of maybe they have a birth control device that may be causing weight gain, for example? What's your approach and how could you
So birth control, I don't know. I'm not really versed with birth control, like what it does to the human body. I'm not really versed in that area, but this is what I know. If you eat unhealthy, you're going to gain weight. And some birth control actually, makes you. I've had a couple of clients who are actually on birth control and they're gaining a lot of weight. And some of them try to take it out so that they can lose weight and all of that. And this is what I tell them all the time. Birth control cannot solely make you gain weight. It has to be, you have to participate in this for you to actually gain the weight. So
Right.
just know that's not the only factor. You have to be able to control what you eat, how you eat, and most importantly, to tell the difference between physical hunger and emotional hunger. And eating out of availability and boredom.
Mm.
And out of respect. We Africans too, we are fond of eating out of respect.
Eating out of respect, that's true. When they put food on your table
Yes.
and you don't want to eat it, and you're like, no, I don't want to trash it, so I'd rather trash it in my tummy.
Yes, most Africans who are fond of eating out of respect, and also one other thing that I've discovered in my life as a nutritionist is we are the people causing most of us are the people causing our parents to get sick, our husbands, our elderly people, because we give them too much food out of respect too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You put somebody so much food because the person is a visitor in your house, or you just so much protein that, oh, because this person is my dad or this person is my husband, I have to serve him more. We are not helping them.
And I know somebody who is watching is probably asking, so Sandra, what is a good portion? And that is covered in your program. I have read your testimonials, and there are people that say, since I left Gritslim program, meaning that you don't have people on there forever. So what is the standard time? And if somebody were to sign up with you today, what's the process like?
Okay, so standard time for Gritslim is 90 days. You need 90 days to form a habit so that you can follow for the rest of your life. We don't do quick fixes at all at Gritslim. I know quick fixes are bad because you gain, you lose, you regain. That yo-yo is not good for your health as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to sign up with Gritslim, this is what I'll tell you. You are going to get results. You're going to learn so much discipline that is going to spill to other areas of your life. Because if you can say no to that food, you can say no to something else that doesn't serve you.
Right.
And that's how your life in general is going to improve. Your brain actually takes 20% of the nutrients that you eat. So if you're not sending premium fuel to your brain, it's also going to affect your livelihood. And we shouldn't be working so, because this is one of the main excuses I get for people. Please, Sandra, how is your program? Because I don't have time.
Mm.
You don't have time. Your body is going to make you have time at some point. So Gritslim is all about making sure you are able to still live your life normally. You don't have to set time aside. All you have to do is eat. That's all we're telling you to. Do you have time to eat? Yes. Then you can do Gritslim.
That's amazing. That's really powerful. And I love the way how simplified you put it. You have two, I think you have two major products, if I saw that right, that let's take a few minutes to talk about them. You have a detox tea and you have something else. Tell us, how does that work? If somebody decides to go out and buy it, what's the expectation out of that?
So sorry, let me turn this off. So the detox tea, that's the only product that we have. The two detox tea, we have a green detox and then we have a purple detox. Now you see me, I'm insisting on calling on detox because it's not a miracle slimming tea. No, it's not. It's not a slimming tea. It's a detox tea. And this detox tea was actually formulated by me after the nutrition school. It's FDA approved. So the tea is really safe. And the green pack is actually meant to boost your metabolism because that's one of the reasons why people gain weight in the first place. And improve your digestion. If your food digests fast, your system doesn't get to hold anything in your reserve because your food is digested. And
Right.
also, if you can flush out toxins from your system, because the human body is always producing toxins, if you can flush out toxins from your system works faster and better. And one more thing with Gritslim is it curbs your appetite. Why are you gaining weight? Mindless snacking, eating out of availability, eating because you're bored, not being able to identify emotional hunger. Now, when your appetite is curbed, then you're good. And this tea is actually made from all organic, all organic ingredients, and it's like a super combo. I don't know, for those who are Cameroonians, they know like the importance of lemongrass. It actually has lemongrass in it and it has lemon peel. Everything has been carefully put in the right percentages so that it does the exact function that it's supposed to do in your body. So it's all about fixing the problem from the root. And
Right.
the full pack is actually safe for nursing mothers because I made that when I was still exclusively breastfeeding my son. And then the purple pack, which is called the Night Boost, is meant to flush out, what is in your reserve and cleanse your gut. Because most people have a gut problem. So it's meant to cleanse that, make you feel lighter. So with the purple one, you see instant results, like immediate. But with the green one, it's more of a long-term fix, boosting your metabolism and boosting your metabolism and improving your digestion. That's a recipe for good system, like for your system to work better, for food to become your friend, so that when you eat, you don't feel heavy, you don't feel sleepy,
Right.
your body is not foggy. Those are some of the things that the tea actually does. And FDA agrees with us. That's why they approved it.
Oh, that's amazing. Wait,
Yes.
I think I lost you somewhere. Let me fix this. I was just about to show everyone um the some before and after pictures. That's amazing. Like, it's seeing is believing, and this are really great results. Someone has a question here, and I'll just put it on. Hey guys, this is the time. If you have any questions, let's drop them in so Sandra can answer some of our questions. Have you had any clients with acid reflux issues on your detox program? How was it tolerated?
Yeah, we've had a couple of clients with acid reflux problems. We actually have a program just for that. We actually have like a meal plan just for that, to help you reverse that situation. So we coach you through it, and then we give you like the kind of foods that you can eliminate. But most of the times we like to know your schedule, so we don't take away food that gives you energy for your daily activities as well.
Mhm.
So that's how we deal with most of the clients who have acid reflux issues. And then we also give them steps, like home remedies, because at the end of the day, everything is food. There is nothing on earth good nutrition can fix.
Awesome. Wow, this is good. Everyone's saying thank you. Nuella here says thank you.
Thank you,
Insane.
Noella.
Wow, learning a lot from today's guest. Definitely going to check the site after the session.
Thank you so much.
Lovely Fufu Shine says, wow. Nicole says, oh, wow, that's just what I need. And for those who are wondering how to get in touch with Sandra, I put in the link to her site. It is the GreetEmpireLLC.com. And so you can check it out. Excuse me. Claudel here says, thanks for the wisdom. Thank you. Very educative. I can tell you we will chat on the back end because I'm also interested. There is, when you feel good, or when you look good, you feel good. So,
And you
it is, and you feel better. It's not a vain thing to want to look good, because you're a better mom, and if you're confident in your body, and definitely when with what you're doing is providing a lot of value. Mercy says, I can lose weight without working out. Sign me up.
So let me correct that real quick. Nutrition is 80% and exercise is 20. The only difference is with Gritslim, you don't have to do rigorous exercise. We just need to get, energy expenditure. We have to find a way to get the energy out. That's it.
Right. And your program, I know you said something about you teach people what to do after eating. That
Yes.
way it doesn't stay.
We are not trying to get you hooked on something. We actually do not appreciate repeat clients. We need you to get to understand your body and stop taking shortcuts.
Wow.
Understand how your system works. That way you can, live your life if you're falling off the wagon, because there are going to be times like that. You're a human being.
Right.
You should be able to know how to get back on track with the knowledge that you're going to get from us.
I'm wishing you the best. I'm rooting for you. I can so see Gritslim going to very high heights with your focus, with your drive, with how articulate you are. I can tell that this is going to be scaled to a very huge level, and keep going. No stopping. And very soon we'll be hearing you or seeing you in Good Morning America and on the different channels, because you have a product that works. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of us, sharing your story, definitely being a part of us, because you're a part of the Immigrant Mom. Thank you. All right, guys, I really enjoyed this session today, and I hope that you did as well. We're going to be back in 2 Thursdays. We have a very special guest coming up next 2 Thursdays, as a woman with a powerful story, who was a pastor's wife, suffered abuse, had to run away from her home country, was in deportation proceedings, have her 2 children in Ivy League schools, and battling with a serious medical diagnosis. She's going to be telling us about herself, her story, her book, more especially how she got her children into Ivy League schools. Mark your calendars. The invites are going to come out. And thank you all so much for joining us today. Have a great weekend and a long, happy holiday. Take care and God bless you.